Thank you, Pastor Colin. Are you thinking about, because one of the reasons why we put this impact 45 together is to be able to mentor the younger people coming. Have you think about mentoring people or people that are coming behind that will be able to shape in what
Oh,
we
yes, sir.
this 200
Thank you,
years
sir.
starting from somewhere?
Yes, I've actually started a program that I call Rule and Reign. Rule and Reign. And I meet people once a month just to share. But my focus now, because again, I've asked the question again and again. Why are we facing this problem in Africa? Why are we facing it in Nigeria? And recent time, that was why I started by talking about purpose. Because I've discovered that that's actually what is going to us. I'm enjoying what I'm doing now. I'm not I'm not I'm not planning working to become a billionaire. No, I want to achieve what Pastor Oseni is achieving. Have an impact. Communicate these things to people, and you feel satisfied. And lives are being touched. Let me quickly say this. That's where I hope I hope you do me the honor of seeing what you want to put online. The reason is this: you can't possibly be close to me, and that includes my children. None of them is working for anybody. They can't possibly work for anybody because the way I talk, the way I influence them, they are surviving on their own, sweating it out. They all schooled outside this country, but they are back here. And then one of them is working in his own area. And I believe, if I need to talk about the Nigeria problem before them, they don't want to discuss it. Not because their dad has money that's giving them. No, I'm not giving them a funding. But they are struggling it out. They are facing it. It's not easy. They also complain about NEPA bills, but they compare it to what they pay abroad. So in a way, I've been able to achieve that with them. So I have this rule and reign that gives an opportunity to share with young men, trying to mentor them, understand that, identify God's purpose for your life before you even decide to go into politics. Don't go to politics because you like the way the politicians are wearing their cap, they're going over the place. Many of them are living very stressful life. Forget about millions you are reading. Many of them they are living very, very terrible and woeful life. You cannot imagine it. And their children are even point of torment to many of them. Why? Because they don't even know purpose. They're looking at the money and the wealth. Many of them, that is why you see some of their wives, they be wearing 25 karat gold. Who is still interested in that? Does that give you money? Does that give you peace? They are going after the wrong thing. You see some of them with 20 cars in their yard. I visited one former governor. I visited his house. I saw about 20 cars. Some of them come west and on those cars. And it's like, this guy must be a fool. It's only him that doesn't know that he's a fool because he blindfolded. I listened to one governor, a former governor. He's now a senator. And I was so disappointed in him. That's a man that's supposed to be educated. That's a man that had a very good business in the industry before he went to politics. They were interviewing him, I think by Shanice. And the man was like, oh, he was ashamed to see a governor taking Uber, a former governor taking Uber. And I said, this man must be crazy. What is wrong with taking Uber, for God's sake? Don't people in UK, don't they take the metro?
Public transport, they take bike.
They take bike. And the man, of course, with gold cross on his neck, always looking. I said, this guy is a fool. Doesn't know he's a fool. And he was saying that, oh, it's shameful to see a former governor taking Uber. That is a thwarted reasoning. That is the caliber of people you are having. That's the caliber of people you are having. You go and ask people that have private place how difficult it is for them to maintain living ridiculous life. Why? Because of the values. Why? Because of they don't have enough orientation to understand that those are not the things that matter in life. But if you give people the right education, if you can influence 10 people, if you can influence 5, you've done well. The other 5, they begin to improve things around them. Even churches, are we doing better? You now see people, because of the position they occupy, you see about five protocol, following them, one carrying suit, another one carrying Bible, another one carrying cup, because they also want to be like governor. I remember one man that they were praying for him. He said he took somebody to one anointed man to pray because that one wanted the political office. After they prayed for him, he also knelt down. That he also has something to ask from God. So the man asked, "What do you want?" He said, "He's looking forward to." I don't mention the position now, so they don't be able to tie it down to which mission. He also wants to occupy a position, maybe call it state superintendent or whatever it is. That you pray for him. Of course, I was watching. I said, "This guy is a fool." So the same mentality is running through the line. As well among the politicians, we also have it among our religious leader like Pastor Hosseini. They're also thinking of creating class, glamour all around them. Wrong values, completely wrong values. Until that changes, we will continue to have this kind of challenge. It's not just economic. It's just through even when the money comes, we will spend it on the wrong things. So the countries you are referring to, China and Singapore, they have the right values. And therefore, every other thing will fall in place. You can only have good government. You can only have good economy in places that have the right values. Maybe that's something you should write down somewhere. You can only have good government. You can only have good governance in places where you have the right values. When you don't have the right values, try, you continue to have challenges in places of power. You continue to hear strange stories every time as we are hearing in Nigeria. But for you, people around you, let there be a change. Then those people will have the right perspective in life. So thank you, Sir Pastor Seni. There's that kind of mentorship thing that I have that gives me a chance to talk to people once a month. And I think we've just had about, I've had 2 sessions now. Then the third session, just once a month, talk to them, give them a chance to ask questions. And I'm trying to do that to see, and it's free, to see how I can, just like you are one of those people that challenge me to come up with such program, so that I see maybe 1 or 2 lives can be touched, not just the children that the Lord brought to the world through me.
Thank you, sir.